Things are beginning, whether we like it or not. It's all starting now. Welcome, everyone, to the Good Improv Show. It's happening right here on YouTube. It's happening right here on gradio.ca.
Which is Edmonton's best local station.
Thank you. If you're joining us for the first time, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making up some little skits, some little sketches for you based on suggestions sent in from our various social media fans and followers. Today's suggestions are cauliflower, Ritz, and pineapple. Pineapple. Great words.
All those suggestions came from our viewers and listeners on Facebook and Twitter. We really appreciate you sending those in. If you want to get in on the fun, follow us at Good Improv on any of those social medias and send us a suggestion and we'll make some fun.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Well, without further ado then, let's have some fun, gentlemen.
Okay.
All
no
right.
preamble this week. We're just getting right into the meat of it. No appetizer. The steak's coming now.
Steak's coming now. Joy. No salad.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, good, go.
Hey, Jordan, remember when we planted that field?
Oh, yeah, I do remember we planted that field because we were going to be barons. We were going to be the biggest force in that industry. And it was like, yeah, vegetables. Vegetables are going to take over for narcotics. We know that much. So what do? We plant full cauliflowers, not the seeds. We're not messing around with seeds. We're putting that whole plant in there. Gonna reap what we sow.
Yeah. I guess I just wish we would have thought through the fact that we were counting on people becoming as addicted to vegetables as they are to narcotics. I can't help but think if we would have even tried a single bite of vegetables at any point, we would have seen that they were actually quite unappealing, unlike many narcotics.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of similarities, Cauliflower is, in my opinion, a lot like heroin. It tastes very bitter when you put it in your mouth. Kind of got a bitter, oaky taste. So
we cut to a police station. All right, get in there, buddy. Hey, Chief, I'd like to take this perp in, please. I'd like to have him processed for trying to push a substance to kids on the street. I was walking down the street. I saw this guy. He's whispering to kids. Thought it was suspicious. I pursued him, and when I finally got him, I opened his jacket, and I found these carrots.
Yeah, it's a snack for later.
Look at that. Those are bagged for individual usage, too. This isn't just a couple of carrots. This is these are prepackaged little peeled baby carrots. What, are you going to give these to kids, huh?
We're going to eat these all for personal use, huh? You're going to eat these all in one sitting, huh? There must be 30 bags of carrots here. Not all I found. Look at these. Sugar snap peas, huh? Look at that. Giving a free sample away. Get them hooked on the harder stuff.
Again, just individually bagged.
Well, first of all, peas are actually softer than carrots. Carrots are much harder than peas are.
But they're sweeter, aren't they? They're sweeter, aren't they, you animal?
That's right. You give them to the kids, give them something sweet, tasty. Next thing you know, they're scarfing down these carrots onto broccoli.
Yeah.
Well, it's good for you to eat. It's good for your eyes. I'm a rep of the Peas and Carrots Corporation, and I'm just going around giving out samples, getting people to try the product.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Corporation you represent? Free, eh? You represent a corporation? Yeah. This trade has gotten so big, there's corporations trading in this stuff in my city?
It's more than that, Chief. Look at this. Look what I found. Huh? Recipe cards, huh? A little picture of the vegetable.
Oh, how to combine them together, huh?
Fun little recipe.
Oh,
Fun
that's
little
nice.
recipes you can make, huh?
In case somebody wants to make a pot pie or some sort of stew, pop the vegetables in there. It's really quite delicious.
Or a gratin, huh? A gratin. We got a ratatouille, huh?
A gratin.
Simple roasted.
Yeah, you got all these slang terms for them. I understand. I know how it works. You got your au gratins. You got your ratatouilles, was it? Probably succotash is one of them too, I bet.
You know what? You know what, Chief? If I wasn't a law-abiding officer of the law who took an oath to serve and protect, I would take this man into a room and I would just beat him with a bag of oranges.
I totally understand why.
Yeah.
You would beat me up for being a vegetable distributor?
Yeah, with a bag of oranges, which are deadly weapons. Don't leave a bruise when you hit people with them.
That's right.
Which is why I thought it was very odd that I found this orange in his pocket. Concealed weapon, Chief.
It's bad enough
I mean,
you're out in our community pushing these snacks on our kids. Snacks, as you call them, on our kids. But you're carrying around this deadly weapon as well?
How is an orange considered a weapon? I mean, yeah, if you peel it, you could get some of the spray in your eye, I guess.
Right, exactly.
touch your eyes
Club
after-
somebody with it and gets in your eyes. It's a whole thing. It gets in your cuts. It's like a chemical weapon.
Yeah, you stay right there, buddy. Hey, Chief. I got to say something to you here. I got to mention this to you. I found this on
Excellent
him
work,
as well.
officer.
Look,
Excellent work.
it's something called the food guide. Look at this. Look at what this is suggesting, huh?
Look at how
It's a whole
organized
plan
that
to get
is.
people addicted to this. Look, you gotta have seven or eight servings of this a day. 7 or 8 servings of this a day is what they're trying to get these kids hooked on, as well as some grains over here, huh? We got some proteins down here.
That's
Like,
how
it's
it
a whole
starts, you know,
system
right
they
at the
got
bottom, then
planned
it
out.
comes, oh my God, I cannot believe I let it get this far on my watch.
It's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme.
You're going to get a promotion
Chief,
for
I
this
just wanted
officer.
to show you that.
Chief,
What is it, you scumbag?
There's some blueberries in my jacket. My blood sugar's low. I gotta.
Oh, you gotta have
I
them,
need
huh?
a
You just
snack.
need to have the blueberries. Oh, gotta have them desperately.
Oh,
Pop them in
man.
my mouth right now, huh? And everything will just feel
Yeah.
good again.
You know-
Is that what you're saying?
That's
Yeah.
a mistake that a lot of you dirtbags make. You become
Disgusting.
addicted to your own stuff, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, have a taste of your own medicine. See how you
That's
like suffering
right.
from withdrawal now, huh?
Well, if you happen to reach into my pocket, you could also withdraw some fresh strawberries.
Bribing a police officer, Chief.
Okay.
Bribing a police officer.
I'm not saying in my younger days when I was on the street I didn't take a bribe or two here and there, but I'm the
Well,
chief
we
of
all
police.
do, yeah.
I am the chief of police, and this is a major, major violation here. Okay? I don't care how low you say your blood sugar is. We're going to put you in the cell overnight. We're going to let you work it out overnight in the drunk tank. Huh? What do you think about that, buddy?
That's right.
Well, at least
the chief
protect my
knows-
fruit from the fruit flies.
Oh, we're going to throw it all in the trash, buddy.
That's right.
These are major violations. And the chief knows major violations. He became chief by looking the other way in a horrible sexual assault case.
That's
okay?
right.
So he knows what he's talking about. This is serious. Okay? I'm gonna take all this fruit and this vegetables. I'm gonna put them in the evidence locker.
Thank you.
It's probably about the air conditioning's broken, so it's probably about like 20 degrees in there. But
Okay.
If I put it toward the back, it should be okay.
Should be fine. Wait, Justin, weigh that before you take it away. I want to say
Oh,
how
I
many
will.
kilos of this stuff we got off the street.
Oh, don't worry, sir. I'll dot all the T's and cross all the I's, if you know what I'm saying.
Thank you.
You scumbag. I'll be back to put you in a cell in a minute.
Okay, thank you, Justin. I can't believe you got caught. We had such a perfect system worked out.
He's a good officer.
Too good. And scene. Let's end it right there.
Hey, Justin,
Yeah.
do you remember when you were ashamed to take your shoes off because of a foot condition?
I do remember when I was ashamed to take my shoes off because of a foot condition, and then the doctor explained to me that those are called toes, and they're supposed to be individualized like that. They do go down in size, and that apparently it's perfectly normal. So I don't worry about that anymore. I'm perfectly fine taking my shoes off in front of people because I know that it's beautiful and perfectly normal. Just like I'm perfectly fine, taking my pants off because I know the tail I have is perfectly normal and everyone has them, and I should not be ashamed of it. And also the eyes on my hips and the tentacles that come out of my stomach, the purple tentacles with mouth parts on them, I'm assuming as well, just like my toes that I learned about, all perfectly normal. So I'm fine with going to the beach now, just in a pair of trunks.
I'm glad you found body positivity.
Did I mention my dad's Cthulhu? Hey, Dan,
Yeah.
remember when you came to me as a plastic surgeon and you asked me to give you cauliflower ears because you thought it would make you look tough?
Yes. I very much remember that, and it really did make me look tough. Like, it's crazy how well that worked. Because there were guys wanting to constantly fight with me, saying, "Oh, you got cauliflower ears, so you must know how to spar a little bit." Next thing I know, I'd be waking up from the ground to the tavern floor, and
Well,
yeah.
it probably didn't help that you couldn't understand or hear them because I destroyed your hearing with the operation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would have helped to be able to hear during those fights, for sure.
Small price to pay.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
You remember when you had a fight with your wife, and to make up with her, you got her a bouquet of cauliflower?
Yes, I did. And she was much angrier than I thought she was going to be. I thought she was going to be happy because, from what I hear, if you want to apologize to a woman and make amends, you give her a bouquet of flowers, and I gave her
Right.
cauliflowers. It's very practical because once she's done admiring them, she can cook them and eat them. Can't
Or
do
eat
that
them
with
raw.
roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, or eat them raw. Put a bit of ranch dressing on there, a little S&P, whatever you like. But no, she was very mad. Very, very
Wow.
mad. Hit me over the head with them.
Oh my God, seriously. I'm glad
Yeah.
you told me this. I was going to go propose to my wife with, hopefully my wife, with an onion ring, so
Hey, that is extravagant.
hopefully she, reacts a little bit better.
Well, yeah, hopefully she appreciates the fact that after she's done admiring it, she can eat it.
Exactly, right, exactly.
Yeah. We cut to a funeral home. Well, you know what, brothers? Our dad has died, and we're here to choose a coffin. And I think the coffin we should go with is the one that we can eat after we've finished admiring it at the funeral. I think we should go with the edible coffin.
But we're going to be burying him in it. Like, we won't be able to. I mean, if we have people eating it, there won't be much left for him to bury, right? I mean, I know it's fun. It has the bits you can break off. It has the dips on the side. He's holding one of the dips as he's lying there, which makes it kind of interactive with him. Break a piece off, dip it. But I mean, there won't be anything left to bury him in because there's a lot of people invited to this funeral. That's just my 2 cents. I think we should go with the coffin that is the opposite of edible. Do they have an option of that? An opposite of edible coffin? Non-edible.
They have the wood one, yeah,
coffin?
just the normal wood one, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Well, termites
would
can eat
you
wood.
describe wood as non-edible? Yeah, I mean, if you try hard enough, you can eat
Yes.
wood. I want the exact opposite. I want a non-edible coffin. If you can ingest it,
Guys,
that's what I want.
Guys, can we just come together on this, okay? You're always arguing about the merits of edible items versus the opposite of edible items when we go places. I asked you to come help me buy my car. Jordan, you suggested I get the edible car with, the wagon wheel wheels and all that. And Justin,
And
you
the
were
Kit
saying
Kat
no.
door handles.
Yeah, right. I remember all the stuff. And the clear, like, sugar candy for the windshield and all that. And then, Justin, you were saying I need to get the car that's the opposite of edible, and I'm like, oh, just like a normal metal car? And you're like, no, corrosion eats away at metal, so that doesn't make any sense. You guys, we need to just put this to bed once and for all.
Makes
This
it
is
edible,
Dad's
technically.
funeral, okay? And we all know what Dad would have wanted here.
Perfect solution. Bottom half is made of indestructibtanium, which is nothing eats it, and the top half is buffet style. Win-win.
You know what? I'd be okay with that. For Dad's sake, I'd be okay with that. I know indestructitanium is very expensive.
It is.
I know it's $70 million per cubic foot, but I think Dad's worth it.
we'll just use the inheritance. I mean, the sandwich coffin is gonna be like $20 a foot, so splits the difference. We
I
cut
guess,
to
yeah.
the funeral. Sons, I'm the priest that buried your father. I'm a little concerned because some people have eaten bits of your father while they were eating the coffin. His fingers have been eaten.
I knew this would happen.
This is why Jordan ran off, isn't
happen.
it? This is why Jordan ran off, isn't it? Okay.
He knew. He knew
Okay.
he'd be pissed.
Well,
they
eggs on my
ate chunks
face
of
here.
that.
Eggs on my face here. I wanted to be the middleman and just say, let's take half of each. I should have seen the peril in having an edible coffin right from the get-go. I don't know what I was thinking.
You know what? What did they expect? What do you expect? They're eating the coffin. They're going to assume they start to eat the coffin. They're going to assume that everything's edible. Right?
It makes sense.
I mean, you don't go to a fruit bowl and half of it's plastic and half of it's not, right?
This is on to my second part of the comment. Some of your guests tried to eat the indestructible titanium portion of the coffin, and many of them are now dead.
It's not what it's
which
called,
is good
Father,
for me.
but that's okay. It's a new element to you.
Yeah.
So they're dead from this, you're saying?
Yeah, they tried so hard to eat it.
That's on me. That's partially on me too. I wanted to make it the opposite of edible, and I just felt the indestructibleness wasn't quite opposite enough, so I also made it poisonous. I coated it with a poison.
Okay.
Just so it would be
Father.
truly the opposite of edible.
Father, can I just ask you one quick question here? Have you ever seen this sort of catastrophic debacle occur when there's just a plain wood coffin at a funeral?
Every weekend.
Oh, okay. I thought wood would have been the thing. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right.
Termites eat
Fires,
the wood.
I bet.
Right, yeah, no, termites eat the wood. Okay.
Then guests think they can eat it. The same thing happens every time.
Okay.
Pretty normal for me.
God, funerals were awful.
and
scene.
Let's send that one there. Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Remember when you wanted to go out on the town and you interpreted putting on the Ritz as stapling a bunch of Ritz crackers to your body?
Yeah. I mean, there's not many in that box. I concentrated on the areas that I thought would be the most objectionable.
Makes sense.
But no, apparently, and that's not the case. I tried to go to the club, fancy dance, and I was arrested really quickly. It started raining. The crackers started dissolving. It wasn't a fun night. Wasn't a fun night. I did get lucky though.
Really?
Not by choice, like in prison later
that's
in the drunk tank later
yes.
that night. It was,
That is unfortunate.
So, it was a glass half full, glass half empty, depends how you look at it kind of situation.
Sure.
I also should have gotten the ones that just plain. I shouldn't have gotten the ones with the cheese in the middle. That just added complications. Hey, Dan, or Jordan. You know what, Jordan? Sit tight, Dan. Hey, Jordan. Do you remember when you just assumed you could tap dance?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've tapped my fingers on things, so what difference does it make tapping my feet on things? And then I find out that people train to do it, that it's sort of skill that requires time and practice and energy. And I'm like,
years and years of training. Yeah.
Let me up there. I'll take care of this. And yeah, it's hard. Turns out it's pretty hard.
I mean, I blame myself. I mean, I got to pick the movie. I chose Royal Wedding with Fred Astaire. So really, it's partially my fault. I mean, clearly it affected you. You also tried to dance like up the wall and on the ceiling, and that ended in a disaster. So I apologize. But it's not going to be a problem tonight with my movie I've selected, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So let's watch that. Remember when you thought you could go around killing teenagers?
Hey, Dan,
Yes.
do you remember when you were placed undercover and you were really overdressed for where you were supposed to be?
I do recall this, yes. I guess I just thought the Mafia was a lot more formal than the way they dress. A lot of those guys just kind of wear regular street clothes and stuff like that. I showed up with a tuxedo and a top hat, one of those canes, and my coat had those tails, like tails off the back. Yeah. We cut to a Mafia meeting. All right now, boys. I think we got an undercover in our midst. And I'm going to put it out there right now. I'm going to put it right there. I think it's Justin. I think it's Justin.
What?
What?
Sir? How dare you? How dare you, sir? The audacity and tenacity of you. That's it. I'm calling you out.
That's right.
Mafia
That's what.
style.
You see, that right there.
ruffian.
That right there. That's sort of the stuff I'm talking about. If I was going to have somebody that I wanted dead, I'd give him the kiss of death. The traditional Mafia kiss of death.
He's defending his honor like a wise guy.
Well, sure, but he did it by slapping me with a dainty little glove there,
Yeah.
Normally you go in for the kiss of death, you give him the kiss.
I promise you, sir, that the daintiness of the glove belies the savage thrashing you shall get at the hands of my cane, sir.
And see that right there again. He didn't threaten to whack me. He said he's going to savage me with his cane. Like, we don't do that stuff around here. We ice people to whack them, stuff like that.
Yeah, but he's like a higher level wise guy than us. He's got a cane. He's probably close to the Dons in Sicily. I bet you the Dons in Sicily are probably as sophisticated as him. You remember when he served us spaghetti and meatballs, and it came in with that fancy silver platter? We usually just slurp it out of bowls.
Right, exactly. I've never seen one of those things.
He's wearing white gloves because he's so smart he knows he would never leave fingerprints behind.
Indeed.
I appreciate he doesn't leave fingerprints.
Mafioso, sir.
All right, well.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm off to make an assassination. I shall take my hat.
Okay.
And tap dance my way to infamy. Good day to you, sirs.
All right. We cut to a Mafia drug deal that's going down. All right, boys. We're going to sell all these drugs here. We're going to take the money. And we're going to have a lot more money than we did before. Now, Jordan, you're going to be in charge. You're going to be in charge of, holding the drugs, showing them the drugs in the briefcase and all that to prove we have the drugs. Just like that. I love that motion. Just like that. And, Justin, I'm sorry I doubted you.
Yes?
A couple of weeks ago. You were going to be in charge of being our lookout, all right?
Man. Not at all.
You're going to be our lookout, all right?
Of course.
If the police show up, we need you to, give some sort of signal. Something that we all know, like maybe you shout out, Pasta Fazool, or something like that.
I have the perfect one. Sir, I have the perfect signal to shout out. If I see police, I shall shout out, look, here come those awful Yaleys. Because we all, of course, are Harvard graduates, and the Yaleys are our mortal enemies in the rowing. So, of course, we'll all be totally aware of what I'm talking about. And quite frankly, the police might be so embarrassed being compared to awful, crass Yaleys that they might just scamper off of their own accord. And if that doesn't work, I shall tap dance for them, and they'll be so enthralled, then distracted, you chaps will have time to get away. Perfect plan.
Dan, I got to speak to you for a second here.
All right, Jordan, what is it? Justin, you keep a lookout for those coppers.
I'm real.
I shall endeavor to do so.
I'm real upset. I'm real upset at myself.
What is it? Did you snitch? Are you the rat?
I feel like I might be. Because I'm using words like goombas and goons.
Yeah.
Whacking people. And he's
Right.
talking about gailies. He's talking about things I never even heard, but things I didn't even know was words. Now, if I don't know Italian words like Yaleys, maybe I am the snitch. I've never snitched, but maybe I am the
Well,
snitch.
Jordan, I hear where you're coming from. I share similar reservations, A lot of the things he says, I just kind of nod along with and pretend to understand, but I don't really understand. I assume he's speaking like an Italian that's so deeply old world that we could never understand it, because we weren't born in Sicily. We got nothing.
It's gotta be, I'm used to pasta, and he's talking about crumpets. I don't know
Right.
what that is.
He served me some sort of spread that he said was made out of the liver of a goose.
So he's eating the most authentic Italian food that you can? I've never eaten goose liver.
Me neither. It's all meatballs with me, Meatballs, like meat, like meat.
Yeah, in a bowl.
So, let's keep an eye on ourselves during this heist, okay?
Okay, just in case we're the snitches.
All right. We cut to after the drug deal. We cut to after the drug deal.
Well, that went jolly well, I think. Jolly well. Jolly good, gentlemen.
Well, I mean, the cops did show up,
Yes?
and they didn't seem fazed in the slightest by the comparison to Yaley's.
Well,
They're confused, if anything.
Because they have such boorish manners. But, I mean, they were more uncouth than I would have thought. But we managed to get away. Hanging out with you chums here in the mafia makes me just so happy all the time. I feel a connection to you. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. Cut to after a huge musical number that just has come out of nowhere.
Sorry, can
I
I
get a kick out of you? Yes.
Sorry.
That's too beautiful.
That's just how I feel.
Where's that? Where in Italy is that from? Where in Italy does that song come from?
42nd Street. The most, Tin Pan Alley. The most
Wait
Italian
a minute.
alley.
There's no 42nd Street in Italy.
That's right.
Cover's blown! Cover's blown! He was shot that night.
Almost fooled us, too.
Yeah, so close. So close. There's one slip up. That's all it took.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, Dan.
Yes?
Remember when you bet me that a pineapple was an actual pine tree, and then later you bet me that it was an apple, and you bet me large sums of money?
Well, the first bet, admittedly, was foolish. Although it did appear to be a tree because it has like a bark on the bottom and a bunch of green leaves coming out of the top. So I thought, this is a lock. This is a tree. Why would they call it a pineapple if it wasn't a pine tree? Lock. So I thought, I'm going to take this sucker for all he's worth. Fair play. I was foolish. But the apple one, I still contend I won that bet. Because you concede it's a fruit.
It's a fruit doesn't mean it's automatically an apple. An orange
apple's
is a fruit. It's not automatically an apple. An apple is a fruit, as is a pineapple, as is an orange, as is a tomato. There's lots of fruits, Dan.
Well, you know what? I'm prepared to let that go because I have a new bet I'd like to place to you, and that is that this eggplant is in fact an egg. So prepare my money, sir.
Don't do this.
15,000 I want to bet on this one.
We cut to a hatchery. Okay, guys, thank you for coming in. I know our chicken hatchery has not been going too well.
No.
But I think it's a size thing. Our chickens only can get to a certain size. I was at the supermarket and I found these And I think the chickens that come out of these not only will be big because they're big eggs, but these things are purple. So who knows what
Wow.
these chickens will look like? We could sell these as specialty breeds. Look at this. Check this out. Check these out, huh?
Whoa,
these.
whoa, whoa,
Look
whoa.
at that, huh? Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
huh? Look at that. Look at that purple sheen on there.
Wow.
So as soon as these babies hatch, I think we're going to start seeing some real action around here. Just put them
Oh.
back under the light, under the heater there. There we go.
We cut forward a week's time. Hey, Justin, remember those eggs you brought in?
Yeah.
I think something's going wrong with them or something, because I don't know how they hatch, but they don't hatch like traditional chicken eggs. They're kind of almost liquefying, and there's a really terrible smell coming off them.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think the chickens must be dead. I don't know what I did wrong, guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they were just oozing and rotting, and I don't know. I don't know why. I keep screwing everything up. But don't worry. I've made up for it. I went back to the supermarket. I avoided those eggs. I got these. They were in a box that said mangoes. It must be some rare breed of chicken. But look at these green eggs. Huh?
Oh.
Like these are cool, huh? Look at that.
Wow.
Like the shell is so smooth, and I got a bunch of these. So, I mean, these are bound
Okay.
to hatch.
Okay.
Kind of green and red. Okay, well,
Yeah.
make sure you take good care of them. Put it under the heat lamp, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. I won't screw these up like I screwed up the other ones, guys. I promise. I'm going to turn this around for us.
we cut forward one more week. Hey, Justin, I hate to bring it up, but there's a lot of flies buzzing around in a
I
certain
know.
area, and
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe those were fly eggs. I don't. Look,
fly eggs are smaller.
I would.
I think
would
the
have
chickens
guessed
may be
so,
dead again, buddy.
Yeah. Or the
God,
goose
why
or whatever.
can't I get this right?
Well,
can't get this right. You know.
I took the liberty of going to the supermarket here, and I bought a little something that I hope is going to help. I bought something called a kiwi that is a little fuzzy
Look at
egg.
that fuzzy little egg.
Right, it's
Little
cute,
egg.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, so I
look
thought
at
maybe this would give
fuzzy
some
little
furry
egg.
chickens or something, give you a little
yeah, I
project to
bet a
deal
fuzzy
with.
little chick comes out of there.
Yeah, so
Thanks, guys. You know what? I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, if those chicks that come out of there are half as adorable as that egg is, I think we're gonna be all right.
yeah. We cut forward one more week. Hey, Justin. Justin,
Yeah.
I don't want to cast aspersions here, but Jordan and I have been talking, and I think some of the other chickens may have killed these kiwi eggs that I brought in. As you can see, there's a lot of peck
Okay.
marks in a lot of places where I think they've cannibalized them.
They're jealous. You know what it is? They're jealous.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
They're jealous of those eggs. You know, because they know those chickens would have been adorable.
Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, they can do brown eggs just fine, but brown fuzzy eggs, I mean, it's out of their reach, you know?
Okay.
That's an egg you can
You know-
pet. It feels good to pet it.
Yeah.
Guys, I know I've screwed up before. But I think I've got it right this time. I happened to be down on the candy aisle, and I got these chocolate eggs. Look, they're chocolate, guys.
Oh,
These are gonna hatch chocolate rabbits.
that's probably where they get those ones that you can buy on Easter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Now those,
I mean, they must too.
those have a good shell on them.
Yeah. We're gonna clean up, and I'm gonna not screw this up. I'm gonna put these under the heat lamp, and I'm gonna crank
Yes.
that heat lamp up so these little guys are nice and warm. All right.
Yes.
I don't want them freezing. These poor little chicks.
We cut forward 5 minutes. Guys, I'm so sorry.
What are you wiping off your face there, Jordan?
I couldn't resist. I was hungry. I ate the chocolate eggs.
What? That was our future. Those were our nest eggs. Literally our nest eggs.
Do you have any more?
No, I spent the last of our life savings on them.
Well, that's it. We're
I've
gonna have to
spent-
sell the
we
farm.
We had 4 chunks of life savings. I spent them on purple eggs, green, red eggs,
I bought the
fuzzy eggs,
kiwis,
and now
yeah.
the chocolate eggs.
Well, we're gonna have to sell the farm. So
Well, I hope.
quit
whoever
eating
buys
the
it has
chocolate
better luck.
eggs. If there's any of them left, just leave them.
They're gone.
You want us to fail, don't you?
No.
I hate you both.
And scene.
That's the
Hey, Dan,
Yes?
do you remember all the way back in the Garden of Eden where Adam was eating everything except for an apple?
I do remember that. He really wanted to have that apple. He knew it would be tasty, he knew it would be delicious, but his tummy was just real full from all the other delicious fruits he'd been eating that day.
we cut to the Garden of Eden. Okay, so just don't eat from this one tree where the apple is. That's
Got
the
it.
rule.
We will not eat the tree. Got
I
it.
can eat anything else. Anything else in the garden,
Perfect.
you can eat.
So don't
Not from this one tree.
don't like peel the bark off and eat the bark or eat the leaves or anything like
the
that. You mean?
roots.
Just stay away from the tree. Just stay away from the tree. Don't eat the fruit. Don't eat the bark.
The leaves?
You have everything. I mean, why would you eat the leaves?
You didn't mention leaves, so I feel like they're up for grabs.
We have extra teeth back here for eating leaves.
Yeah, but it does not. Okay, just don't touch the tree. All right,
I think
about
that's
even
what the
touch it?
gallbladder's for.
Whoa, hold on. I've been leaning against that tree all day. We're not even supposed to touch it?
Okay. All right, starting now.
That's
Starting
my
now.
back-scratching tree.
Just don't touch the tree.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to the feel of the tree at this point.
You have thousands of trees to scratch your back on.
Yeah,
I've made
but-
thousands of trees.
But
here.
how do we know you aren't arbitrarily going to point at one of those and say, oh, that tree, you can't scratch your back on that tree now, you know?
Because those trees aren't the trees of knowledge of good and evil. This is the tree
Whoa,
of the
whoa,
knowledge
hold
of
on,
good and
hold
evil.
on.
Cannot
This
eat
tree's going to give us knowledge and you're not letting us eat it? I kind of want to have some of the leaves right now, to be honest.
I don't want you having it. I don't want you having the knowledge.
I think ground loss is ground loss forever. And if we let you take this tree away, like Dan said, you're going to take away all the others.
They're all gone.
Let me take away the tree. I built this whole garden. I built the earth you're standing on. Okay,
appreciate
I
that.
mean, just all I'm saying is don't eat the fruit of this tree. Okay.
Oh, see, now you're
If you
walking
eat
it
the fruit of
back.
any other
I
tree,
can't respect that. You're walking it back now. It used to be, don't even touch this tree. Now we're walking it back to just the fruit. You got to have a stronger position there if you want us to respect it, you know?
All right. The only reason I started. Okay.
I watched somebody eat fruit from that tree, and nothing bad happened to them. I mean, yeah, you kicked them out of here, but then you made us.
Yeah, exactly. I kicked them out of here because they can't live here if they know good and evil. All right? That's the rule. You can stay here and live forever, or you can be out there in the world knowing the difference between good and evil. Okay?
What if
here,
I just want to know the middle stuff? Not the extremes, just normal.
You can learn that from any tree you want. Okay? I mean,
Except this
you know
one.
that now. Except this one. Not this tree. All right? I mean, it's so simple. Why do you eat the sap? What's sap for? I have a tree over there that grows full roasted chickens. Full rotisserie chickens. I got another one over there.
Whatever.
The potatoes are already baked.
That stuff's everywhere. There's a baked
Not
potato
interesting.
tree every 3 steps. You can't throw a rock without hitting one.
Yes, exactly. They're pre-buttered, right?
It's getting to the point where I'm disgusted by the smell of roasted chicken and perfectly buttered potatoes, you know?
Don't eat the roasted chicken and just don't eat these apples. All right? Just don't leave the apples alone. Look, I all I want is you guys not to have the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Don't eat the apples. Okay.
Okay, well, what if
do with all
really
that? What
What if this happens?
I've made.
Yeah, exactly. He's got applesauce.
You made apples? You've already taken apples? You made
We haven't
applesauce
tasted
out
it
of
though. We didn't taste it.
I haven't eaten.
Don't taste it.
But it looks so good.
Oh,
And the applesauce with the cinnamon
okay.
and the sugar in there, it really looks tempting.
And it'd be
All
good
right,
on
look.
one of those one of those pieces of pork that comes off the pork tree.
Yes, it would be good on the pork tree. You know, there are also other apple trees in the garden. There are hundreds of other apple trees. This one tree I don't want you to eat from. Okay? You can have any of the other ones you want.
Okay, well, I one quick question about that. Let's say one of us has a juggling routine we're working on, where we need 3 apples, maybe from this tree. You know, you're juggling 3 of them. And one of the tricks is like, you take a quick bite of the apple during the trick, you know? Let's say it's a trick you've already invested a lot of hours into.
Again, why do you need them specifically from this tree? You can take apples from any tree. I have a tree in this garden that grows specifically perfectly spherical apples, ideal for juggling.
No.
Well, what if
Intelligently designed for juggling.
What if, say, a person was working on a different type of trick, one involving cups that cover an apple that was off that tree, and as the cups are moving around, maybe the person doing the trick is, taking bites, so that by the time the person's ready to guess, there is no apple.
First of all, that's not how that trick is done. Secondly, again, you can do that with any apple. You can do that with any fruit. You don't need this tree in particular. Okay. I just don't want you.
It really sounds like we're all kind of on the same page here. We think it's going to be okay to eat up from this tree. We're kind of all on the same page with that. We're just saying it differently.
That is the opposite page to the page I am on. That page was on the. Who told you about pages? Pages are from books. That's knowledge. You've already eaten. You've already had an apple, haven't you?
Well, of course we did. Obviously, the minute we saw it, we started eating it.
Well, some of it wasn't. We didn't mean to eat it. Like, there's this one thing we do for entertainment where I put a bunch of the apples in a cannon, and then Dan stands 10 feet away from the cannon with his mouth open, and I shoot the apples at him, and some might get in his mouth, sure.
You shoot cannons, apples out of the cannons, apples from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil from cannons.
I mean, you made
not at first. Not at first. We had to get the knowledge to be able to build cannons first, but...
Well, yeah.
After the first couple of apples, we got pretty creative with it, actually.
But hold on. You've eaten tree from the knowledge of good and evil. So you guys know you're naked.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So what?
Doesn't
bother you?
You don't feel the need to hide or... Well, I know it doesn't bother me. Why would it bother me? I'm God. I made it. I made all that stuff.
You mentioned it.
It's kind of weird. That's one thing you didn't want us to think about was the fact that we were naked.
Right.
Presumably because you're thinking about it.
I mean,
why are you thinking about it? That's what I was wondering the minute I became aware.
It's not specifically that I didn't want you to think about that. I'm just saying. The last couple that was here, that's the first thing they thought about. So I'm just assuming that would be the first thing. I'm not obsessed with nakedness.
Well,
okay, I'm not obsessed with sex or anything. Like, why are you even suggesting that?
Well, I wanted to ask a question. I don't know if this is normal, but this kind of looks like one of those white vegetables, those burly white vegetables.
Does it? I didn't notice. I wasn't even looking at it. I was looking at your eyes. Why would I even look at that? I don't even. What? So, what's your point?
Well,
it's cumbersome. That's all. It's too big.
It's too big.
I guess I'm just curious.
Oh my goodness.
I guess I'm just curious how you were able to create all these trees with all these fabulous meals, basically a buffet here, but you couldn't think to set out one single pair of underwear if you were so hung up on nudity? I don't know.
I'm not hung up. I'm not, okay, I just want to say, I'm not hung up on nudity and sex, okay? I don't know where you're getting that from, first of all. I have a very healthy relationship with the concept of nudity and the concept of sex. Okay. All right. I mean, the last couple, they did it. They had sex. They procreated. They made more of themselves, and I was totally fine with it. Okay. So just stop that talk right now, buddy. All right.
I made you a pie. If you'd like to have some. We always have these chats. We always have these chats, and I always want to do a bit of noshing while we're chatting. So I made this for you to snack on. Because I thought you might want to have a bite. Don't ask what's in it, because that's rude. So just,
This is made with apples from the tree of the knowledge of good.
He just said not to ask. Wow, how rude can you get, hey?
That was more a statement than an asking. I pretty much, I know. I am omnipotent, except for the fact that I didn't know you ate from the tree already.
Well,
and the
no,
fact that I didn't know you were going to do
I was going to
that.
ask about that. You also didn't seem to know that we were deceiving you about having eaten from the tree for a good 5-6 minute conversation we've been having here, too. So, is it possible you're not omniscient either? Is that possible, too?
Selective omniscience, okay? I'm omniscient when it's convenient and not omniscient when I just, hey, well, don't question me. I'm God, okay?
Oh, right, yeah, right, of course.
I mean, I made all of this. And I knew exactly what I was doing. It's a plan. It's a definite plan. I planned the first couple, told them not to eat the tree, put the snake that tricked them into eating the tree in there with them. I knew that was all going to happen. There's a definite plan here. Don't say there isn't.
I think this will all balance out because I eat equally from the tree of knowledge and the tree of stupidity, which is right next to it.
That's just a tree. That's a cherry tree. It's not there's nothing particularly stupid about the tree. It's just a normal fruit tree.
Oh. Huh. Seemed like the stupidity tree really did.
No, I think it's just you guys are. I made you less intelligent than the last couple. I thought maybe that would help.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh my God, I'm naked.
Okay, here we go again.
And
scene.
The Bible Part 2.
Pardon.
Shame that book didn't make it in.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan. Remember when you didn't put pineapple on a pizza?
Yes, I do. And I barely escaped with my life because of how passionate the people are who like pineapple on pizza. And when I served it, I saw their eyes change. I saw something roll over them, like they just became soulless beings that were ready to tear me apart, maybe put me on a pizza if they were so inclined.
I'm glad you escaped.
Barely.
Well, now I have to ask you again. What do you want on your pizza this evening?
Just
Think very carefully.
Ham and mushroom, I think, to go. Oh, a little bit of sea salt, a sprinkle of sea salt.
Jordan was killed that day.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you made a mistake placing a shipment, an order for a shipment of grenades, and you received something else in error?
I do remember. I received a shipment of pomegranates, and I assumed they were grenades. They looked like grenades. They're the same shape as grenades. They came from Grenada, which, I just assumed they make grenades there. Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere else it's just an explosive device, but when it comes from Grenada, then it's a real grenade.
It's a real, pine. It's a real pomegranate. But I just thought they were grenades. I screwed up a lot of shipments, actually. The fruit salad night was a disaster. A lot of people got hurt. Hey, Dan.
Yeah?
Do you remember when you went to Hawaii?
I do remember when I went to Hawaii. It was the oddest thing I've ever seen. It was an island and it was surrounded by ocean. And there were these weird palm trees everywhere. And it didn't look anything like I understood Hawaii to be, which is just kind of like molten lava everywhere, volcanoes erupting all around me, lakes of fire, just burning everywhere. Everything's just burning at all times.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you go to see.
Yeah, there was no
I don't
demons
know
there with
why.
weird pitchforks stabbing me in the butt for all eternity. There was no, like, screeching harpies flying through the air. There was no smell of sulfur anywhere. It was very bizarre. I didn't care for
I
it.
saw the pictures. Yeah, it was all beautiful beaches and attractive people walking
Yeah, it
around.
was human beings. It wasn't like tormented spirits or anything like that. So I don't know. I wouldn't go back.
Well, thanks. I'm not gonna. I was thinking of going, but I'm gonna go to Iceland instead. I think
I hear Iceland is tremendous. It's
the
all
Hawaii of the
liquid
North. They call it.
magma and lava and volcanoes going off everywhere.
Just that and Bjork. That's all that's over there.
Hey, Jordan, remember when you vowed never to eat fruit again?
Yes, I do. It was on top of the Empire State Building replica in Dayton, Ohio. And I got all the way to the doors, and they told me that I couldn't bring in my fruit with me. I had to throw it in the trash before I could go in. If I wanted fruit, I had to buy fruit in there while I was in there, looking at the sights. And I swore from that day on, no more fruit for me. I'll never eat it again because I don't want it keeping me out of getting into places.
Understandable. Totally understandable.
Hey, Justin,
Yeah.
do you remember when you snuck an entire fruit platter on board a commercial flight?
I do. I do remember when I snuck an entire fruit platter onto a commercial flight. The trick is to have it concealed in various places on, like, you don't have the whole platter ready. Have the platter, the empty platter, because there's nothing wrong with taking a platter off, you know. And I had earrings in with the pineapples at the end. I just took those off and put at the end. I had the apples as part of my hat. I put everything in a place. And by the time we started the mid-flight movie, I had an entire fruit platter that I could snack on. Nicely arranged.
We cut to the airport. Dan, you've been working airport security for a long time. And,
yes, I have. Seen it all.
well, I don't know if you've seen it all, because the guy in this room is about to blow your mind. We finally caught him. We finally caught the fruit stand man.
Oh?
It's on the other side of this glass. Nabbed him at security. You know, we did the basic body pat. I don't know why we've never tried this before. Finally patted him down.
What?
Found all sorts of sick things. All sorts of sick things. Apples that are part of his hat. He's wearing his big trench coat. He's got it stuffed with different, things.
Well,
Pomegranates.
let me say, hey, let me go talk to him for a minute. I want to see this guy. I want to get into his mind.
All right. You head on in there. I'm going to watch from behind this glass. If you
Perfect.
need me, you just give me the symbol, sign that we've worked out.
I'll give you the single symbol and sign that we've worked out. Don't you worry about that. I open the door to go in. What? Justin? What?
Oh, hey, Dan. How you doing? I didn't know you worked here.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, can't complain. I was taken into a room by airport security, but other than that,
Huh.
tip top.
Huh, that's crazy. I'm actually in here to talk to some sort of crazed, like, fruit guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds like a dangerous character.
Yeah, you seen him around here, or is it...
Oh, no. I haven't.
Oh, no. Okay, well, you sit tight then, buddy. I gotta talk to my partner. I think he's escaped or something.
Okay, no problem.
Hey, Jordan, here, the signal.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. I'm here.
Okay. I think the guy's escaped. I went in the room, and all it was my neighbor Justin in there.
Yeah.
So I think the guy might have escaped.
And your neighbor Justin got in there? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'll have to go, I guess, fill out a report. It's giving me a lot of paperwork.
I'm sorry.
So the room wasn't empty and there was someone else in his place?
Yeah.
My goodness, the security of this airport is just not good. If someone can not only sneak out undetected, but also sneak in undetected to a secure area, we have a lot of flaws in our security plan.
Well, let's go talk to Justin for a while. I'm sure he can clear it all up for us. He was there the whole time.
I'm sure I'd love to hear how he got in there.
Okay, let's go. Let's go chat with him here for a minute.
Sure.
Hey, Justin. Back here.
Hey,
I have
Dan.
to take care of that.
Hey,
Guys.
wait. What? This is the guy. This is the guy we caught. This is the fruit stand man.
What? No. This is my neighbor Justin.
That's true. I am his neighbor. I'm his next door neighbor.
Oh, my goodness. Have you two been working together on this little scheme? Is this why he hasn't been patted down at security?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Yeah,
Dan and I don't work together with anything, right? Wink. Dan has not helped me smuggle things in and out of the airport.
That's
wink,
right, you
Dan,
tell him.
Wink, wink, wink.
That's right, you tell him.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, winking at Dan, that Dan has in no way aided and embedded me in bringing fruit into this airport.
See?
And,
there you go.
Yeah. He was completely unaware that I was any kind of smuggler.
The way you have been winking and used the air quotes when you spoke the word unaware indicates to me that you are being sarcastic in tone and have indeed actually been working with Dan this entire time.
Look, if that's the way you're interpreting it, that's the way you're interpreting it. But I said what I said. Dan heard me, right, Dan?
No. Hold on. I have my bag right here. Justin asked me to bring a bag through for him. And I've got it right here, It's just, ugh.
Yeah. And he had no idea what was in that bag. Wink.
There's
another wink with the verbalization of the word as well.
Yeah.
I see a banana split. I see a bananas Foster. I see a banana pudding.
Right. So
I see banana flavored cough syrup.
Right. None of that is fruit, right?
Those are literally all fruit items that I just mentioned.
No, you said pudding and cough syrup and things like that. I didn't hear anything about fruit in there.
Banana being the flavor that he has elected to go with. Also, there looks to be some banana chutney there.
Chutney,
and what I would describe as a compote of various berries.
Yeah, compote, yeah.
Dan in no way knew what was the contents of that bag when I gave it to him. I did not tell him, wink, wink at Dan. I did not tell him that this bag was full of fruit and that by smuggling it through the airport, he would be aiding and abetting in a fruit smuggling operation that spans over 4 continents. At no point did I mention this to Dan. Right, Dan? Wink?
No, he told me all the stuff I would be bringing through. He said about the pudding and the cough syrup and all that stuff. And the compote, I thought that's fine. No fruit. No, we're in business. No big deal.
And these are the bags that you have been passing on to me and requesting that I bring them through to my final destination for the last 4 weeks?
Yeah. Must have done 50 bags in the last 4 weeks.
Well, gentlemen, I have no choice. I will be arresting myself and turning myself into airport security.
That's
it was
fair.
Jordan all along. Oh, no.
Wow.
I worked right next to him, and I never even saw it.
What a twist, huh? Cherries?
Oh, man. Well, that seems harmless. Cherries aren't a fruit.
And scene.
Perfect crime.
I was very stupid there. Well, you know what? I think we gave them enough for tonight. They can now go back to staring at a blank wall or watching a detuned television or whatever it is people do when they're not watching this show.
I can't even imagine. I'm assuming they're just waiting for the next show to start.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
That's also what I would do.
That's
Just
what
sit in
I-
stasis.
Yeah, that's what I do. I sit here with my phone on and my headphones in, just waiting for the next Skype call.
That's smart.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to be ready.
Thank you for
Always
watching.
want to be ready.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Good Improv Show. It happened right here on YouTube. It happened right here on gradio.ca. And we hope you liked it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
If you want to check out more of our stuff, please go to goodimprov.com, where you can see some funny articles, also past episodes, the audio tracks from past episodes. And please visit our YouTube channel and leave a like, leave a subscribe if you feel so inclined, and yeah, enjoy it. Or else.
Later.
Follow us on social media, too. It's at Good Improv.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Down there. It's all down there.
It's all down underneath me. You can find it right here.
Other way.
Important info. All right. I managed to slopify the ending. I'm pleased with that. Okay. Let's have a good day, everyone.